Jeff Mix, Realty One Group. Uh, I get a lot of chatter about the higher rates. So we've built this really cool calculator that estimates the difference between buying now or waiting till later for rates to drop. So I'm gonna let's take this at a $600,000 purchase price uh, here in zip code 89113, which is right by my office. Um, the calculator, you do different options for your down payment. Um, we'll just do a 5% down conventional, which it would be a $30,000 down payment on a 600K house. So rates right now today, let me look over here. FHA is at 6.44, VA 6.45. So let's say current rates today 6.5, and people say, oh, I'm not going to buy until the rates are down to 5%, 4.5%. Let's say 5%, and it's hard to guesstimate when rates will drop, if they'll drop. Um, I've read many articles. People. I talked to someone a couple weeks ago. She said, I'm not going to buy until they're in the twos. Well, that's probably never going to happen unless there's some kind of catastrophic, weird COVID, 9/11 thing. Who knows? But the chances of our lifetime ever seeing that again, probably slim. So let's say five. Let's say you say, okay, you know what? They get to 5%. I'm going to jump off the fence and buy. So maybe it could take 2 years for that to happen. So let's say you say, I'm going to keep renting. I'm going to keep renting until I get those rates. But let's say in 18 months, rates drop down to 5%, your target dream. Um, well, we all know what the dream is, but let's say 5%, reasonable. Um, and, historically, appreciation's been at 4.5 nationally. Vegas has been higher. Let's say the market's slow and we have 1.5% appreciation, um, which is pretty modest. Of course, nobody knows. It could go up. It could go down. It's strange times. Um, so let's go next here. So market dynamics. So this is really something to consider when the market is slower, which it's been because of the higher rates. So what happens when the market's slower? Well, the opposite. When the market's hot, is a seller more willing to work with you on concessions? No. Okay, so let's say we can get your closing costs paid and we can get you some concessions towards a rate buy down. So, we also have this. So let's say you wait 18 months and rates drop. Everyone who's been on the fence, like you, thinking that I'm waiting till the rates drop. So when the market does get hot, what happens? People will start writing over list. So, even let's say the market drops and people can get a 5% rate. People want to get a property, they're probably going to write 5,000 over list. I think that would be fair. Yeah, I mean, what happened during COVID. Right? But let's say next. All right. So based on this, it is a $42,000 net benefit to buy now with the higher rates than waiting. So let's break this down. At the 6.5%, you're looking at a $3,600 future. And if you have a lower rate at 3,000, you're paying an extra $543 a month in interest. So let's break this down. So here, the extra interest over the 18 months while waiting, you would pay $9,700 extra in interest. So over that 18 months. Here, equity for mortgage payments, you would pay down 9,700 in off your principal. So if at that 1.5% appreciation, you're at 13,550. Um, Seller concessions, if you buy now with the market slower, maybe you can get 24,000 in concessions. And by avoiding overlist, we put that at 5,000. So the benefits was 52,000. Um, Equity, home value, concessions, and avoiding the over list price thing. The extra interest you paid, 9,700. So it still gave you the net benefit of 42,400. So there's a lot to really think about, because the higher rates scare people, but when you look at the bigger picture, you get into a home, you're not renting. So anyhow, and then we also have this little bonus thing that if after 18 months you were able to refi to that dream rate where we had you, I think, at 5% where we started, and if you refi to the lower rate but continued making that higher payment that you've been doing for 18 months, you would pay off your home 8 years and 5 months sooner. Anyhow, there's no way to get through this video quick. So if you have hung around to watch it, I appreciate it. Just go to buynowiq.com, go through and play with it. You can spit out different scenarios. So, you know, no one knows the future, but you know, long term, real estate is always a good bet. If you go over long term, but you know, I've been licensed since 2007, and I've been through the crash. But a lot of people have a low rate, so the chances of people letting that go and the market crashing like something that we saw before, highly unlikely. But all right. I hope you enjoyed this. BuyNowIQ.com. Check it out for yourself.